All right, so we're going to continue on looking at equation of a circle, and what we have done so far is circles like this, okay, where the equation is in this form here: x squared plus y squared equals 16. And when it looks like this, so just x squared plus y squared, nothing else on the left hand side, then I can say the center is 0, 0. And what is on the right hand side is r squared, the radius squared. Alright, so the radius squared here is 16, which means the radius is the square root of 16, so the radius is 4. Okay, so if they give me the equation of a circle, x squared plus y squared equals 16, I know the center is 0, 0 because of the left hand side just being x squared plus y squared, and I know the radius is 4, okay, because this number on the right hand side is the radius squared, the r squared. All right, now what we're going to move on today is other circles where the center is not 0, 0. Okay, so let's say this circle here. Okay, so there's a little bit more going on the left hand side here. We see it's x minus 3 all to be squared plus y minus 2 all to be squared equals 9. All right, the center here is not going to be 0, 0. So I don't just have x squared plus y squared. There's more going on the left hand side. The right hand side is going to be the same. Okay, we'll come to that in a second. That's going to pretty much the same as what we've done already, but the left hand side requires a little bit more work. All right, so you are going to find this in your log tables on page 19. All right, so page 18 is where you find the coordinate geometry of the line stuff. Page 19 is where you're going to find the circle formula, and this is the only circle formula that you need. Okay, so circle, given center hk and radius r, the equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So if we just compare the two of those, x minus h squared, I've got x minus 3 squared plus y minus k squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 9, is equal to r squared. So these look very similar. All right, the 3 is in the same place as the h, the 2 is in the same place as the k, the 9 is in the same place as the r squared. So what does this tell me? It tells me this is the equation of a circle with center hk. All right, so whatever is being taken away from the x, that's the x coordinate in your center. Whatever is being taken away from your y, that's the y coordinate in your center. So this, we say, is in the form x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, and then we just read off kind of what's in the same place. Well, h and 3 and k and 2 are in the same place, and they tell me that hk is the center. So the center of this circle is just 3, 2. Okay, so because it was x minus 3, the x coordinate of the center is 3, and because it's y minus 2, the y coordinate of the center is 2. The right hand side we do in the same way. If r squared is 9, well then r is the square root of 9, which is 3. So the radius of that circle is 3. So x minus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 9. The center is 3, 2, and the radius is the square root of 9. All right, and then just really quickly putting that on a kind of coordinate plane. I'll do this one first. So the x squared plus y squared equals 16. So I said the center of that was 0, 0. So the center of that will be there. And the radius is 4. So if you went kind of 4 units out. All right, so the correct way to draw this would be point of your compass there, pencil on 4, and then draw a circle around. I'll just draw kind of a rough sketch of it. So all All right, so that's what that one would look like. It's centered on 0, 0, and its radius is 4. If you're asked to draw that in an exam, you should have the compass out rather than doing it rough like that. This other one then, so the x minus 3 and y minus 2, we said the center of that was 3, 2. So it's going to be centered on 3, 2, and then the radius is 3. So if I was to go 1, 2, 3 out, 3 up, 3 left, 3 there, it's going to look roughly like that. Okay, so the radius there is 3 units in the same way that the radius of this one was 4. Okay, just 4 units directly out. So up to now we've only been dealing with circles centered on 0, 0, and now we're going to be looking at circles with any center at all, and that's roughly what they will look like on a coordinate plane. As I said, if you're ever asked to draw those in an exam, it would be point of the compass on the center, pencil then 3 units out for this or 4 units out for this, and draw your circle. All right, to continue on with more examples of this then, so just this one down the bottom then, so x minus 5 squared plus y minus 7 squared equals 36. Well, x minus, that will be the x coordinate of the center, so the center for this would be 5 minus 7, so 7. All right, the radius then squared is 36, so the radius is the square root of 36 is just 6. So there's your radius, just the square root of the right hand side. For the center, whatever's been subtracted from the x is your x coordinate, whatever's been subtracted from your y is your y coordinate in your center. All right, or another way to think about it is, this is minus 5 here, you change the sign in getting the center. This is minus 7 here, you change the sign in getting that center. So that idea of changing the sign is going to be quite important, because it's not always going to be take away. Okay, you can have a plus in there, then your center will end up having a minus coordinate. All right, and we'll see examples like that on the other side of the page. All right, so this is just what's in the log tables written out again. So find the center and radius of each circle. So x plus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 81. Well, the radius, the r squared, is 81. So the r is the square root of 81, which is 9. All right, so no different than the 0, 0 circles we've looked at already. The center though, so if this was x minus 2, I would say the center is 2 something. Because this is x plus 2, well then your x coordinate is going to be negative. Because this is y plus 1, your y coordinate is going to be negative. Okay, so your center is minus 2 minus 1. All right, so when what's in the bracket is negative, you change it to a positive for the center. When what is in the bracket is positive, you change it to a negative for the center. So you see that in the log tables. Okay, it's x minus h, y minus k, but it's plus h and plus k that are the center. All right, looking at this one down here, so we'll do the center first. So plus 8, so minus 8, and then minus 2, so plus 2 here. So the center is going to be minus 8 plus 2. So whatever's taken away from or whatever's there with the x, that's the x coordinate. Whatever's with the y, that's the y coordinate. The radius then, so r squared is 20, or is the square root of 20. That one's not one I know, so just root 20 is equal to 2 root 5, or 4.47. So a question like that, just pay attention. Do they want it in surd form? Do they want it to 1 decimal place? Let's say they say 1 decimal place here. That will be radius of 4.5. All right, so it doesn't kind of work out nicely like 81 is that the square of that is 9. Just check what form the question should say. 1 decimal place, surd form, whatever. Just the last one down here then, so x minus 10 to be squared plus y plus 3 to be squared. So my center is going to be plus 10 minus 3. So just change the sign. All right. And then my r squared here is 1. So my r is the square root of 1. And the square root of 1, if you use that in your calculator, is just 1. All right. So that's how you find the center and the radius of a circle from its equation where the center is not 0, 0. So as I said, getting the radius, what's on the right hand side, exactly the same as what we've done already on the 0, 0 circles. Getting the center is just a matter of changing the sign of what is there with the x, so for here plus 5 here, and then changing the sign of what's with the y, so here plus 7, say for this one here minus 8 plus 2. All right.